So I had some unique opportunities early on in high school to explore education. I originally was between education and medicine, and I had some opportunities in high school to try both through a career exploration opportunity, and ended up picking education because I thought that I would be able to make more of a difference in the lives of kids than I could in medicine. And then I began as an elementary school teacher, grades 4th and 6th, and then I went off to go into administration, assistant principal at Abington Junior High School, and then I was a principal of one of our elementary schools, and then I went into district office, and now I'm superintendent. So in my readings about business and industry and in my talks with colleagues in business and industry, they've spoken to me about how they feel that students are not as adequately prepared for the business world and the university world as they could be. I happen to serve on the board of a university, so I've heard that same complaint from the university level, so I really felt it was important that we focus in on that as a school district and look at what they're looking for and make sure that our outcomes are meeting those needs. In terms of STEAM, I also happen to serve as the superintendent of record for our tech school, and I've been very impressed with the work that's going on there, and the enrollment is off the charts for tech right now. And so I really feel it's important that we as educators prepare our kids for the future that they're going to be experiencing, and so we've been working to build that in our buildings as well. That's a great question. We believe really it's very important, very much like research and development in business. We have to do experimental opportunities or we're going to continue to do the same thing over and over. And you have to build capacity for educators to fail sometimes in order to be successful in the long haul. So we've worked really hard to provide opportunities for them to experiment, try new things, and some things are going to work and some things are not. And when they don't work, we learn from those experiences and we build upon them to further our educational programming. And that has benefited our students because some of the outcomes that our teachers have come up with and our administrators have come up with are absolutely incredible and really setting pace for other school districts around us. So I had some family members who were in education, so I was brought up with the idea that it was important to be involved in education. I wasn't really sure where that was going to fit, but one of the things that they left me with was the idea of leaving a legacy. Many of my family members had the opportunity to contribute in other areas of their world, and I felt very compelled to do that myself. So I've worked very hard to shape the future, and I feel there's nowhere better than education where you can really shape the future and have an impact on kids' lives for their entire lifetime. And so some of the kids that we've had success with, one of my favorite stories is we have a student who is special needs, and we've developed a work program for our students, and he now works for the school district. He came back and worked for us. So we were able to build a skill set that was then marketable that he could come back and work for us. And I've had many, many stories from former students that I've worked with and children that we've had in the school district where they've gone off and been successful in their careers, and they attribute a lot of that to the work that we've done in education. This is one of the most important times for us to be in public education. The world is changing so rapidly. Technology is changing so rapidly, and education, I'm afraid, will be left behind if we don't innovate and become creative in what we're doing. So I feel it's important to be part of that process. I think it's exciting to be part of that process, to really reform education from what it has been over the past probably 100 years to what it could be in the future, so that we're really laying the groundwork for our children to be successful and for our country to be successful in the long run.